Welcome back to another episode of What's the Tea with your fave, Creole Bay. I hope you guys have been having a great week. And if you've been keeping up with what's going on, like me, you know a lot of things have been going on in the media this week. So I'm going to just keep you guys posted on a few things that have been trending and caught my attention and maybe caught yours too. You may not have known, but I'm going to give you the tea on it anyways. First off, we're going to start off with speaking about Miss Karen Hugler from Real Housewives of Potomac. She is one of the OGs from Real Housewives of Potomac, and she was recently arrested. Well, not just arrested, she was sentenced to 2 years in jail. 1 year of that sentence has been suspended, so she will only have to serve 1 year. Technically, a few months. I think she will be out by summer. She's older too, so I don't think she's 61. So I did find out we are birthday twins. Karen, birthday twin. You 61. You got to get your shit together. This is your fourth DUI. At this point, why don't you have a driver? You got it. You need to hire a driver and you need to get them to sign an NDA to protect yourself, because clearly you'll be wilding out. But to be this old and to be acting this way and to say you don't have a problem with alcohol, you're delusional at this point, and there's no convincing you otherwise. That is just my humble opinion. And as I say on every episode, these are my opinions, not facts, and you can't sue me for that. And all of these things are solely based upon my opinion. Hey, I'm just saying, 4 DUIs, your license should have been fucking gone. That's number one. Why? I thought it was 3 strikes you're out. Like the fourth one, she tried to go to rehab before the sentencing. That shit ain't. Fourth one, you can't get out of that, ma'am. You might do 6 months, if that. So I think she'll be okay, but I don't know if that will stop her from drinking, but we shall see. And in other news, now, I think this all kind of caught everybody, at least that by surprise, that did peep it. We all know that Escape had a big falling out, and their sisters in the group, and one sister accused the other sister. Basically, Tamika stated that Latasha and her husband Rocky stole $30,000 from her. And they haven't been talking. It was a whole thing like the last year or two, right? Well, Tank be starting these R&B challenges and things, and he started a residuals challenge. And Latasha decided to actually make a video for the residual challenge, and I'm going to play it for you guys so you guys can have a listen, and we are definitely going to discuss things that were stated upon this residual challenge that she did. Okay, so yeah.
Took some time away, I had to sit and face it. Who can I run to? Feels like nobody lately. Reading through them comments, they say he having a baby. I don't know who's lying, maybe I was blind. And of course I miss my sister, this a crazy feeling. But y'all know family shit be needing time for healing. Even in a marriage, ain't nobody perfect. But we've been split 2 years, and my heart is hurting. Gotta build me up, 30 years just washed away. It took got my word. We gon' have some words about the residual.
Mm. Now, we all know she can sing. She has always been a great vocalist and she did an amazing job. There was some things that were addressed in that, and I appreciate that it was addressed, and I think the fans do as well, especially we know that rumors were out regarding her and her husband, Rocky, and him getting someone else impregnated. So they have, it seems as if, in my humble opinion, basically when all this shit hit the fan, these girls came out and she couldn't hide what he was doing, even if she wanted to pretend, because like his side chicks was doing Tasha K interviews with hella receipts for years. So he couldn't back his way up out of there. And there's recorded conversation with him and Tasha K discussing it. Like he couldn't talk his way up out of it. She tried to cover it up, talking about, oh, they have an open marriage, but then filed for divorce. So that was just to save face. And I think now that she has had this time away from him and time to reflect, she sees what really happened. Now, did she play a part in it too, or was she completely blind? That's, I think, what's really going to matter. But even more interesting than that, guys, I'm over here fucking up. I'm sorry about that. Technical difficulties. Anyways, Latasha's sister did call in. Well, Debrat spoke with Tamika Scott over the phone on a Ricky Smiley interview this morning, and Tamika definitely gave her sister her props on her vocals, and she did make some very serious statements. That if you read between the lines, the the basically she's saying that video cute and all, but you still have not picked up the phone or pulled up. My number is the same, my address hasn't changed, you still have not contacted me. And she insinuated that this was a great marketing strategy. She has done public stunts before, so it's not unlike her. However, how genuine is she? That's going to be the thing. Tamika says she's open publicly on her Instagram. She said that she is publicly telling her sister, call me. Let's talk about these residuals. So I wonder if they're able to work out things with sisters. Now you do know. I wonder if Escape still got that show, and she's trying to get her way back in there, because then that's the storyline. Let's check. She needs some checks. She was the money. It's gone. He gone too. She needs some money. Try to make that shit right now. But we shall see. Hopefully they can work things out. And other beefs that are going on. It's like beefs everywhere. Like I don't know what's going on. Like shit crazy. The old heads beefing. Like help me understand. Like this, I'm just merely, I know this is men's business and I'm not in their business, but I do find it hella entertaining. Because I like good shit talking. I'm a shit talker myself. I like a good shit talking conversation. Like it is hella entertaining to me. So I get a kick out of the back and forth, especially when it's dudes going back and forth and they both are shit talkers. So apparently Cameron made some statements on It Is What It Is in regards to Ocho Cinco, and I'm going to play that for you. And Cameron don't give a fuck. Like I think we all know Cameron don't give a fuck. He don't care if you he just don't give a fuck. It's always been his personality of who he is. So him just snapping on somebody is not kind of uncommon and just clicking. But this shit, at least for me, that shit came total left field. But it's hella entertaining to watch. Here we go. Let's get into it. Hold on, guys. Let me go back.
Your tool piece a little bigger, man. I don't really with Chad or Chosinko, to be totally honest with you. He all right, but at the end of the day, when we started this show, the nigga was hating from the very beginning. We started the show, we was doing very well, it was very successful. We didn't have no deal, no sponsors or nothing. We was doing this off the muscle. He comes out of nowhere talking about, yeah, I'm gonna get myself back together and I'm taking Cam's spot. Why the you gotta take my spot, nigga? You talking about you been a football player your whole life, nigga. Now because I'm doing sports, you come and take my spot. And at that particular time, we had only been doing the show about 2.5 months, 3 months. But that's how much of an impact that I had that nigga felt threatened, you know what I'm saying? Then after that, we try to call him, shout out to my nigga Bub. My nigga Bub knows some niggas he know. I tried to give him a job. He like, yo, talk to my agent. I said, I'm talking to you now. What the oh, I don't do business like that. I talk to my agent. See, you so dumb you can't even speak for yourself, stupid. I tried to offer you more paper than you probably get now. Ask Mark Jackson how he got paid. Ask Mike Irvin how much he got paid. Ask them niggas if they was living lovely off the checks me and Murder was sending them niggas. Ask them. I bet you ain't getting paid the money that Mark Jackson and Mike Irvin got paid working with us. I don't know this for a fact, but ask Mike Irvin and ask Mark Jackson if they get paid lovely. And if I threaten niggas like you, this is why you going to
That's crazy. Like he just snapped on Ocho hard as fuck. We know Cam from up north and Ocho from Florida. He's a Florida boy. And I don't think that people realize that I don't think people realize that Ocho is from Florida, and not only that, Ocho down there 60 years old. So he been doing this shit for a long time. So how Cam handled his business is not how Ocho handles his business. He has always been a football player. If he's telling you to contact somebody, clearly he goes through an agent. He don't handle his own business when it comes to finances, when it comes to contracts. Your people talk to my people, and that is how you are supposed to conduct business, because that word of mouth agreement shit is cute, but we know that everybody don't keep their word. So I don't feel as if Ocho was wrong for saying speak to his agent, and we're just gonna play Ocho's response, and then I'm gonna give you my take on Ocho. So hold tight. All right, let's get into what Ocho got to say about Cam talking all of that shit. Okay, because you know he a Florida boy. He gonna pop his shit too. You feel me? Ocho ain't soft like that. Thank you.
Stuff to say, and I had to think about it, and I had to listen to it, and think about some stuff that was brought up from 2 years ago, where I said, "Cam, you my man's, and I'm coming for your spot." Now I'm not sure how that's taken as hate, when all you have to do is understand that I'm saying I'm coming for your spot because I see you as the standard that is setting the bar in that specific space. So you took that as an insult, which is weird to me. I'm not sure how you can do that. But if you check the if you check the numbers, what I said I was going to do, I've already done and surpassed that in this specific space. Now he said he asked me to come join them, to do something with them. And I told him, okay, you got to check with my people. You got to reach out to my people who, when it was time for me to work with you, what did I ask you to do? Reach out to who?
I talked to Doug.
You talked to Doug. So boom, we did, like that.
Right.
That's the way I handle business. I don't run nothing through me. So I guess that was seen as a sign of disrespect because I chose to come over here with you. Boom. Okay. Now we brought up the issue with he talking about money and bags and how much you pay guest feature. How much we pay our guest features. Buddy, I ain't no guest feature. Boy, I'm the main attraction. What is you talking about? I always been the main attraction.
Clock that too.
There's a difference. In your lane, you do what you do. I'm in completely different lanes and completely different rooms from you, despite me always playing around and joking. It's different. For one, you wouldn't have been able to afford me to begin with. Let's start there. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I think because I do everything in an entertaining, fun, laughing way, you kind of forget and don't really understand what's.
Y'all forget that's a Florida nigga. I'm Florida boy. Okay. Who the fuck you talking to? What's crazier is they both be in Miami. So I just feel like I definitely feel as if Ocho does joke a lot. So it could have been perceived in the wrong manner. Cam seems very more uptight. As men, should they be able to discuss it and get past it? Yes, of course, because they both out here getting money. They both doing their own thing. And it's room for both of them to get money in their selected spaces. So I don't see, there should not be any beef. They're both creating lanes for what they're doing. So I have respect for both of them as well. But I'm not saying Cam the problem, but Cam also beefing with Jim Jones. I don't know much about the beef. I do think it is a lot of internal shit that's going on between them inside the Dipset, and I don't have enough information to get into all of that, and I don't want to know some of the things that probably really caused their beef. I don't think we all want to know because I don't think it's all gonna be clean. But if it come out on paper, I would read it. But I don't know. But Cam be beefing with a lot of motherfuckers just out of the blue for no reason. So I ain't saying he the problem, but he definitely ain't helping solve none of this shit. But hey, hopefully these are older men over 40, that these men will be able to talk like adults and squash this shit. Or they could be in fucking cahoots and it will help both of their numbers. That's all I'm saying. I don't think they needed 4 ratings at all, but it ain't gonna hurt their ratings at all. Now, there was also beef this week with Kash Doll and Asian Doll. This shit been going on so long. It's been going on so long and it's so stupid. It's ridiculous. But it went to a whole nother level of crash out dummy stupid, and nobody else was driving the boat than no other than dumbass Asian Doll. When she took to social media and say she spared Kash Doll's life by not basically putting a bounty on her head, which is stupid. First of all of this is in an argument over who was the first doll. Yes, this is all over an argument over who is the first doll. This has been an argument since I see Kash Doll as the first doll. I don't know anybody else that was a doll before Kash Doll. I'm just saying. No shade to nobody else, but when they ask who was the first doll, that's the conversation. Of course, Cash gonna say it's her. So when Cash Doll recently did her interview with Shannon Sharp, that was a question that came up on display, of course, and she answered and she said she didn't choose to be like nobody else. She chose Cash Doll, which she did. So of course, Asian Doll and one of them other dolls, they don't really matter. Took offense to it and took to social media, and Asian being the, as Cash Doll called her, the YN she is. That was the perfect example to call her. I just want to say, because she definitely act like a YN, and she's big and she's pregnant, and she's not even thinking logically. Because why are you pregnant trying to do all of this? Like, that just don't even make any sense. Like, is you cool? Like, girl, you pregnant, chill. Like, you on social media talking trash. Your baby gonna come out looking like her at some point if you don't chill out. Like, it's just ridiculous. Um, and then the fact that you're um playing as if you causing bodily harm to somebody can't be taken as a threat, girl. Is you cool for real? So after the interview, we all know Cash Doll's on tour. She stopped in Dallas, where Asian Doll's hometown. Cash Doll gonna talk her shit on stage. That's what she do. That's what all artists do when they're performing. So of course she in Dallas, she popped her shit. And Asian Doll, the crash out that she is, basically she calls Cash Doll old all the time. She old, and clearly she's the oldest doll, the first doll. So that proves her argument. But she took to Twitter to basically Twitter, no, now it's X. What did she say? Hold on, y'all, because this crash out, it just doesn't make, to me, it just doesn't make sense. We don't know Asian Doll from like no real music. At least I ain't never heard nobody say go put that Asian Doll on. You will say put that Cash Doll on before you say put that Asian Doll on. Cause what song she got? At least Cash Doll fine as fuck. Like, Asia Doll, go enjoy your fucking pregnancy. Leave that YN shit alone. Quit talking about your ex that has passed away years ago. Enjoy your baby daddy. Enjoy your pregnancy. And stop acting like a YN. I need you to get it together, sis. Like, it's getting old. And it's just old. And everybody's sick of that shit. Like, grow the fuck up. Anyways, in other news, there is a victory for Tasha K. She did make a settlement in bankruptcy court against her lawsuit against the lawsuit that Cardi B filed against Tasha K. We all know Cardi B sued Tasha K for making false claims about her having STDs and things in her family and a whole bunch of fucked up shit. Basically, Carly sued Tasha K, and she won a $4 million judgment. Tasha K she filed for bankruptcy before, and they said that she was hiding assets. She's filed again, and they have came into an agreement where she will have to pay $1.2 million back in that settlement out of $4 million, which is pretty damn good. And she does have 5 years to pay that off. Now, Tasha K has agreed to refrain from discussing Cardi B or any members of her families. She will be making monthly payments. And as well, Cardi B could seek to garnish her wages after this 5-year plan is done. I think it may be based on how Tasha K carries herself and where Cardi is in life if she want to be petty and do it. I think that Tasha hit a lick. Like, it's still 1.2 mil, but she gets money. Trust me. She getting money on YouTube. She has Patreon. She has her own website. She has Instagram. She got TikTok. She'll be able to pay this back. Trust me. So, and she got 5 years to do it. She'll be all right. So that's a small win for Tasha K. In this old government ghetto update, because you know our government hella ghetto. It's so much crazy shit going on in the government. It's like, it's a shit show. But hey, welcome to America, right? So, federal employees have been let go left and right since Elon Musk has been in charge of Doge, as well as federal programs, as we all know. Recently, 20 Doge employees have quit. As of this week, they walked out, basically stating that they work for the American people and they uphold the Constitution across the presidential administration. They know that the things that they are telling Doge to do is unconstitutional. What Doge is to do is to audit. Cool. But the way that they're going about the audit is unconstitutional. They're not doing it correctly, and it is hurting the American people. They see what's going to happen down the line. I've been saying this since COVID. If you look at what happened in the 1920s, right before the Great Depression, I'm just saying it may not get as bad, but it ain't getting better in a while. Okay. And if you don't know, now you know. Tariffs. I discussed tariffs a couple weeks. We know Trump said there was tariffs, then there was no tariffs. Guess what? March 6th, they come back for Canada and Mexico. That was just a temporary hold. This shit about to get real, okay? Now, we all know that the administration talk shit, and they be talking shit about the other administration. Now, one thing that I do find quite comical about Donald Trump complaining about the terrorist laws that we have is he was complaining about who created these horrible tariffs that we had before, where it was even exchange between everybody, where nobody was paying nobody and we was trading and nobody was getting tax hellers that like we about to. Well, as Trump said, it was a horrible idea. Horrible idea. Who idea was it, you say? Let's find out.
About his threatened tariffs against Canada and Mexico.
The tariffs are going forward on time, on schedule. This is an abuse that took place for many, many years. And I'm not even blaming the other countries that did this. I blame our leadership for allowing it to happen. I mean, who can blame them if they made these great deals with the United States, took advantage of the United States on manufacturing, on just about everything, every aspect that you could imagine they took advantage of. I look at some of these agreements, I'd read them at night and I'd say, who would ever sign a thing like this?
Yeah.
Who would?
That's a good question. Who would sign something so bad for America? I think the control room actually has a picture of who signed it. Let's see. Yeah.
Oh.
There he is. That's the guy who signed the current trade agreement with Canada and Mexico. He did it the first time he was president. And I think we've got him holding up. Yeah, there he is holding up his very proud signature. Look how proud he is of that signature on what he called then the greatest trade deal in history.
For the first time in American history, we have replaced a disastrous trade deal that rewarded outsourcing with a truly fair and reciprocal trade deal that will keep jobs, wealth, and growth right here in America.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like, you can't make this shit up. Like, I don't know who did it. You did it. You did it. Like, you cannot make this shit up. Like, this is what we are living in. Like, shit is bananas. It's ghetto. Not only is it ghetto, so there is also a video going around. And of course, the lovely president posted it of what they would like to do to Gonza. And I try to stay out of this conversation because it is very messy. Don't agree with none of the stuff going on. But more than anything, of what I don't agree with, I don't agree with them trying to colonize Gonza and the fact that they made this crazy ass ad. And like, what the fuck?
Tunnels coming to set you free, bringing the light for all to see. No more tunnels, no more fear. Trump Gaza is finally here. Trump Gaza shining bright, a golden future, a brand new light. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza #1. Trump Gaza shining bright, golden future, a brand new light. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza #1.
There's a war going over there now, and they're already trying to make plans to colonize it and build a resort on top of it. Land that ain't even ours or theirs, should I say. Sounds quite familiar. In other Trump news, Trump proposes a gold card. A gold card, you guys say, what is a gold card? Well, a gold card is on the table to replace the EB5 investor visa. What is it? EB5 visa? It is a permanent resident visa program that allows foreigners to become investors and gain a green card by investing in a significant amount of money into the U.S. commercial enterprise that creates jobs for Americans. So there are certain criteria to qualify for the EB5 program. They must have a specified amount of capital and a new commercial business that will create at least 10 jobs for Americans. So basically, it's for immigrants to come over here and to start a business, to invest in a business, to help the unite our economy. And it has to be able to employ at least 10 full-time job for U.S. workers. They get green card access through this program as well. And this does happen in a lot of highly unemployed areas. In those highly unemployed areas, they don't have to pay as much. I definitely did my research on this. Generally, they play with this program. They pay close to $1 million, maybe a little bit over, maybe a little bit under when they do the EB5 program. Now, what Trump proposes is basically that there's a gold card program where you just pay for it, $5 million. They said they will have specifications that they will have to go by. They say they'll do checks, but they haven't given a whole list of things that will require them to get the gold card. So it sounds like a fast citizenship for rich people. That is basically what it is, because you have to have $5 million to pay for this. Is it illegal to pay for American citizenship? Because that's what that kind of seemed like. But if it's maybe the way that they're going to word it is that they're investing in the United States economy, you know. It's crazy out here, you know. So it's America's ghetto right now. It's been ghetto for a while, you guys. It's ghetto. Um, One thing that I did want to discuss, with all of these federal layoffs, Marjorie made a comment, stating that federal employees don't deserve a paycheck. What the fuck do they deserve then if they going to work and doing their motherfucking job? Because you're a federal employee that's making well over $150,000 a year. What the fuck do you do? What have you done? Because I'm about sick of her. I'm sick of her. Yeah, I don't like her. But how can you tell people who go to work every day, who've been doing their job for years, that they don't deserve a paycheck? Bitch, you don't. Lady, you don't deserve a paycheck. Like, be for real. Be so serious. Like, that was hella disrespectful. Then y'all trying to cut all these programs, you know. The Republican bill passed for them to do some budget cuts with Medicare, Medicaid, and all this other stuff. Y'all laying off all of these federal workers, and you expect people to not get on the program. You are out of your rabbit ass mind if you think that firing a whole bunch of federal employees who have worked for years are not going to get that unemployment check. File for them food stamps and that Medicaid and use this system to their advantage since it is messing over them. Because that's what's happening. Y'all messing over them, and then they gonna use it, and unemployment rate skyrocket. Skyrocket. Speaking of unemployment rate skyrocket, in Alabama, they fired a whole police department. Not one, not two. It's a small town in Alabama. I'm gonna give y'all the backstory, child. It's a mess. It's a small town right outside of Birmingham, about 45 miles outside of Birmingham. 3 officers and a wife have been arrested. They were the damn drug dealers. Not only were they selling drugs, making pops on the clock, using the government phone, these folks was out here doing a thug thizzle without a care for the world. It all caught everybody's attention when they had one of their dispatchers overdose in the office at work, overdosed off of fentanyl. Crazy, right? So the person overdosed off of fentanyl, which caused them to be investigated. Of course, the police department did not follow the right protocols. They was just fucking up left and right, right? These 8 officers and wife not only were selling drugs, they were stealing it out of the evidence room. Like, the evidence room, they have it on camera and everything. They were literally sticking a broom through a door to get the damn drugs. It is crazy. Hold tight, I'm about to pull it up for y'all, because child, it's crazy work.
Jury sent down 9 findings and recommendations to the city of Hanceville, which include a rampant culture of corruption, abolishing the police department, and the death of a Hanceville dispatcher was the direct result of the Hanceville Police Department's negligence.
These officers find themselves on the opposite end of the laws they were sworn to uphold.
5 officers, including the Hanceville police chief, arrested following an extensive probe into the department. Dispatcher Chris Willingham was found dead in his office in August. His cause of death was the toxic effects of fentanyl and other drugs. Crocker says Willingham had access to the evidence room.
I would just say that nothing was secure about the evidence room, and when Mr. Willingham was discovered, there was evidence in his office.
Crocker went into detail on how people had access to evidence. It was through this hole in the wall. He says people would use the broomstick to jiggle the door open.
This individual who had the stick is actually sticking his head and upper body into the hole.
Crocker says evidence tampered with includes cases in Hanceville Municipal Court and in state court.
I am not optimistic about the ability.
How long was this shit going on is the question. Now, what I did find out is the mayor fired someone last year in in April 2024, the mayor fired someone who was over the evidence room. Didn't give them a reason, didn't give them nothing. This person had told them they felt like something funny was going on and they fired him. Now that person is suing the same city because all this shit that happened. They tried to tell you what was going on and y'all didn't want to listen. This the shit that we need to be paying attention to. But they got rid of the cop database for when cops get in trouble now. Peep that. But it's been a crazy ass week in this ghetto ass world that we got going on now. And I'm just here to give you little updates of things that caught my attention. So if you guys have anything that you would like for me to discuss, definitely tap in, leave your comments, and definitely subscribe. And I will see you guys next week. Until then, have a good time. Be safe out here in these good old streets.